exist. For instance, the Bargaining Council, interdicted structure of the Crime Intelligence Division. In past 6 years, there have been 10 different structures and has caused instability and weaknesses to the security of our nation. Let us this week negotiate and remove the interdicts that exist. It is often asked, does the ANC government respond to its allies' demands? POPCRU was in the forefront of demanding better resources for SABC. The South African Police Service budget has increased by 50% since 2012 to 87 billion. Between 2002 and 2012, the organization grew by about 68,000 posts, with almost 195,000 fixed establishment. In 10 years, we created 68,000 new police posts. We are fully capacitated in terms of our APP and framework. Indeed, we do not have the numbers we would like to have, which are almost double what we currently have. The 87,000 billion budget is heavily wage burning, at 80% of it going to personnel costs and wages. At a strategic level, we must move faster in getting the single police framework working, so as we could complement our tasks with local authorities, local police. We must remain alive to the fact that the private security industry is 3 times SABC's size and outguns the state too. The industry also holds keys to very critical national infrastructure like transportation and even offices of the NPA, Home Affairs and so forth. This area of our environment remains at present national security threat. POPCRU should define itself within the environment in terms of organizing to mitigate against hostile infiltration of the industry. South African Police Service has the employee health and wellness component. This unit is specifically designed to offer support and care to every member and their immediate family members. In the EHW unit, we have psychologists, social workers, chaplains, and occupational health practitioners under psychological services, social work services, spiritual services, and quality of work life advisors. Please use these services to deal with Mkaba at work. Leave Mkaba to the minister. Since November 2010, South African Police Service established the SABC Educational Trust. We call it SAPET. SAPSET provides financial and other resources to children of members and employees who are appointed both through SABC Act and Public Service Act. SAPSET has assisted 368 of the 471 registered beneficiaries. I have instructed that no matter what, this trust fund must never be without ability to assist beneficiaries at any given time. Comrades, violence against police is violence against the state. It is direct violence against our constitutional democracy, and it says criminals are in charge. Not under my watch. We together must crush violent criminality. Those who have balls to point a gun at the state must know that the state is imbogoto. We will crush their balls after having squeezed them. We will crush their balls after having squeezed them. The 41 members we lost in 2016 financial year felt like it was 41 million. And I say enough is enough. Fire will be responded to, not with a bucket of water, but proportionate level of heat. Police members are a serious threat to homeland. Police matters are a serious threat to homeland security and the stability of the state. the murders of our police officers. I see people marching for the murders of farm workers. I've never seen people marching for the murder of police officers. I've never seen them standing up and supporting these police officers who are doing their job diligently, and some of them being killed on a daily basis. I'm told that farmers are dying. Criminals must be squeezed in order to stop the murders. And that includes, top on the list, the killing of police. Comrades, allow me to address you on forward-looking matters. SABC is under professionalization reconstruction. SABC is under technological revolution. In response to the global industrial revolution, in our shrinking numbers, technology must find its way in closing the gap left by warm bodies until such time we are out of the tight physical environment. Technology is also key in us improving safety of our members on the streets. We are policing areas that are very dangerous. We are policing areas that are not human settlement habitable. If you talk about Marikana in the Western Cape, you'll understand what I'm talking about. There are people who just verbose. They don't understand the difficulties of policing in areas where there is not even a street light to police in darkness. And this is what these police officers go through. I've not read it on a book. I've seen it myself on the ground. I've been with the police day and night. I've seen what they go through when they police in our streets. And that is why I've urged my fellow members and colleagues in human settlement to expedite human settlement in areas and to enable police to be able to do their job of policing certain areas without any hindrance. I urge all of us here, both police and corrections officers, to embrace technology. You have embraced technology for personal use, like cellular phones. Let us now extend this to our working environment. We must promote and accept digital policing, e-docket system, and all other tools that shall be introduced to you in the coming months. Let us also treat cybercrime as a serious threat. Comrades, gender-based violence is a serious matter of our times. Gender-based violence is also a national security threat. The more we lose women and children from femicide and infanticide, the more the population imbalance and the threat to our existence becomes greater. The unhappiness of our girls, women and children threatens our way of life. Gender-based violence is a priority crime, and I urge you to be alive to this and treat all victims of rape, domestic violence and other sexual assaults very, very seriously. We must not doubt the complainants. Each victim that comes to our police station to make a case must be treated by all of us as a genuine victim. I urge you to familiarize and popularize the ministerial 6-point plan against GBV. Comrades and delegates, it is not my intention to spoil anyone's Sunday lunch plans. I must say this: we must end the abuse of alcohol. The key drivers of crime are alcohol abuse, drug abuse, and illegal guns. We must up our operations against illegal shippings or taverns and close down drug dens. SABC must be free of skullduggery, dishonest and bribe-taking members who defile their uniform for the so-called cool drink money. We must not be drunk on duty or ignore our people when they visit police stations. Your DSTV account issues must be attended to outside of deployment time. Batupili assembly must be lived. Ngiyanicela madoda namakhosikazi, amaphoyisa. We must isolate and report thieves and bandits among us, those who plan robberies and follow home crimes, those who make OR Tambo Airport a constant crime scene. POPCRU must remain at the forefront of the defense of this constitutional democracy. SABC must never be a Gestapo, and any potential to this route must be stopped dead on its tracks. South Africa is not a police state or a police state where elected government is subordinated to police generals. Commissioners who refuse lawful instructions by elected executive authority must and should be regarded sinister characters and indeed a direct threat to POPCRU. Comrades, let us depoliticize the South African Police Service. Let this be a professional organization, free of political parties, head office gossipers, who move from ear to ear with various promises of auctioned power. SABC must be led by management that cares for our people and the job at hand, which is crime prevention and fighting. South African police management and members must not bother themselves with which minister may be reshuffled or not. SABC management must not find itself deeply involved in lobbying and campaigns for certain politicians to be Minister of Police against the other. Comrades, such behavior is a route to a Gestapo and only creates intransigence and unlawful political conduct within our ranks. We must have police who are conducting themselves, who are not conducting themselves in party political manners and even inter-party partisanship, and going as far as illegal intercepts and attempts to frame politicians with crime they never committed. We may be faced with the characteristics of Fulgencio Batista, reincarnated at these times, and often it starts at the top. Comrades, despite our relative stability, our security assessment identifies 4 broad categories of threats, and those are threats to the territorial integrity of the Republic, threats to the authority of the states, threats to the well-being and safety of South Africans, and threats to the country's economic development. This spells out a clear direction and challenges us to focus and not suffer from inertia. Each cash in transit or cash heist is a failure of us all. Each rape is a failure of us all. Each murder is a failure of us all. We have allowed crime to get out of hand, and we now live with it as though it is a normal matter of life. This must be reversed. It must be reversed. I stand by you and with you, and I assure you of my full support and ear. Finally, comrades, I wish to send our comradely support to POPCRU, and I'm willing and ready to work with you going forward. Don't make appointments. Comrade President, a call at any time to me, you can have a meeting. It's not a problem. You don't need to wait for a diary of a secretary who's probably on sick leave. So we don't need formalities between us. You can call me anytime, we can meet anytime, anywhere. And I'm saying, let's modernize, professionalize, depoliticize, demilitarize, de-escalate top-heavy management structure, and keep our nation safe. It is good to go around with a rank, but what do you do? Because you can be a general and general this and general that, but dololom sevens. So I want them on the ground. I want you to become a general because you are working. And you are there at the heat of where things are happening. Comrades, it cannot happen in our country that thugs and criminals are doing as they wish. You look at the social media, they are playing with money. They steal it and then they post it to call for your bluff. They are rampant. They are arrogant. We must squeeze them. We must squeeze them and make it a point that never will they play in any party with stolen, filthy money. We must put them in their place. Akotsotsi ozorula in South Africa la. All honest citizens must be supported. Sithathelwa amankazana ngotsotsi amasela. Our pretty girls are going with thugs. Funeka sibavale. Mawintombazana uhamba notsotsi funeka uyazi ukuthi you are in a wrong place. Amantombazana funeka ahambe namaphoyisa. Ngoba amaphoyisa enza umsebenzi obalulekile kumphakathi. So President, don't worry, I understand we batlakai. Yeah, ribatla bomkokotlo. So anginankinga ngalokho, amaphoyisa nabo ngabantu. Ya kufuneka sijabule kulomsebenzi wethu. Ngoba lo msebenzi une stress. Ya ungabona indoda ihamba iginqika ihamba, kunzima. So awukho lula umsebenzi wesiphoyisa. Hamba ude uzofika la. Uzuyazi ukuthi akukho lula. Ngoba uthi uhamba nje ukubuka isela ingumngani wakho ungazi ukuthi uzomjikela ngaphi. Uthi hey le ndoda lisela le. Kufuneka ndibophile. So dithi maphoyisa nePOPCRU ndiyazi ukuthi bakhona be correctional service. Angeke ndilikhulumele ngoba andiniphathanga. Kuzawufuneka kuthethe uMasutha. Ndithetha ngamaphoyisa ngoba ndibo phethe amaphoyisa. Yeah. So ndiyabulela President, ndiyabulela ne-leadership yonke yePOPCRU. Ya ndibulela ukuthi ngoba kusekhaya apha. Kungalokho ngisebenzisa ilanguage yethu esiqhelileyo ndithi comrades and friends. Ngoba singamaqabane. Yes, ndiyabulela amaqabane. Enkosi. Amandla.
Live visuals coming through from Pretoria here in a